to say shit like that and then claim that you would never disrespect gay
Well, sounds to me like Phil Robertson did prison time. So the heck what?
people and that you love all of humanity. There is nothing loving about saying that gay people are full of murder and that they invent ways of doing evil. So much of the rhetoric coming from Phil
Anybody been in prison?
is being made in an attempt to sanitize
they say they're
obscure
straight.
his intensely hateful and prejudiced views, framing them as mere viewpoints and personal beliefs. Bullshit. If you want to see Phil Robertson be reinstated, that's fine. But don't pretend that his statements are any less bigoted than they are. Secondly,
I just looked up the word bigot. They're not.
Regarding what Phil Robertson said about black Americans. While not as explicitly hateful as what he said about gay people,
it wasn't hateful.
Being black is a sin, or
he just disagrees.
Animals, stating that black people were happier during the era of cotton picking, i.e. before they had the same civil rights as white people, is indicative of an incredibly ignorant mindset and pretty goddamn racist. Hardly anyone is talking about this. A&E only mentioned his attacks on the LGBT community in their decision to suspend him. Why? Not
it was an attack. He said he disagrees. It's not for him, is what he said.
Is saying that black people were
See, and that's the problem that I have with some of this, is Phil Robertson says something. What is it? It's something on the table. Everybody's trying to pick up what he picked up, what he put down on the table. He's got a salad, and he's got a fork to eat a salad with. He puts it down on the table. What do? They pick up that fork and try to take his eye out with it. No, it's not for taking his eye out. It's for eating salad. He just disagrees. That's it. That's all. That's it. You're making a big deal out of nothing.
Or the emergence of the civil rights movement part of Christianity? Again, why is nobody talking about this?
Christians
Thirdly,
are
and
evil.
most importantly, the disagreement at the very heart of the controversy surrounds the nature of free speech.
Free speech.
Robertson are explicitly stating that he is being penalised for simply having an opinion, and that his right to freedom of speech and expression are being infringed upon. This is an incredibly simplistic and facile interpretation of what happened. Yes, everyone has the right to freedom of speech. No one is saying that he didn't have the right to say the things he said. But as much as everyone has the right to freedom of speech, no one has the right to freedom from the consequences of their speech. Everyone who appears on Duck Dynasty will almost certainly have been required to sign a contract that prohibits them from speaking or behaving in a way that reflects poorly on A&E's brand. Clearly, that's how...
Okay, this is, Phil Robertson wasn't disguised as a nun selling crack to underage children. Okay? Phil Robertson wasn't, doing anything stupid like that. I don't see how that works. The man got asked an honest question. He gave an honest answer. And what? Is the man supposed to throw integrity out the window? Is the man supposed to be dishonest and sugarcoat it for people? I don't think so. No. You need to be honest for better or for worse. And if you don't want an honest answer, don't ask an honest question.
Robertson's remarks, and they are expressing their right as a company not to be represented by those whose behaviour could damage their public perception. Freedom of speech is a civil right. If the government was stating that he couldn't say such things and was threatening him with fines or arrest as a result, that would be an infringement upon his freedom of speech.
Hold on now. If I get a camera and I film Miss Hannah Minks in her shower, it's okay because the government didn't do it, right? See, corporate America does not own our opinions, our thoughts, our speech. Phil Robertson, again, wasn't disguised as a nun selling crack to underage children. Phil Robertson just simply disagreed. That was it. You want to pick up a fork and stab a brother in the eye because he does not share your opinion. It's that simple. Freedom of speech? Freedom of speech, man. The First Amendment, I'm all about it. The First Amendment was written so that we can say very controversial things, okay? Like it or not. Hurt your feelings, doesn't matter. It's our right to speak. And, just because corporate America wants to penalize us doesn't make it, okay. Corporate America does not own us, okay? It doesn't matter that, corporate America wants to serve us a knuckle sandwich instead of the government. Phil Robertson, just like Jello Biafra, just like John Waters, just like Dean Johnson, they all have the freedom of speech. Like it or not, for better, for worse. If what they say offends you, tough shit.
Disney is not the government. It is a media company that can dictate its own rules and requirements to those whom it employs.
What Phil Robertson said was off the clock and away from work. Off the clock and away from work. It had nothing to do with the program. He was not dressed up as a nun selling narcotics to underage children.
Obliged to allow anyone to appear on their shows if they don't want them to. A&E were completely within their rights to suspend him, and they have done nothing illegal.
No, they weren't.
The same principle applies to
They did. They violated his First Amendment.
If the owners of Chick-fil-A decide that they want to donate money that they make as a company to several anti-gay organizations...
And the thing is what if Phil Robinson, off the clock and away from work, what if he decided he wanted to dress like a woman? What if, and then A&E, suspended him? What would you say then? What would be your argument? What if Phil Robinson was gay and he disagreed with straight people and he was suspended? What would you say then? Because the argument that you're presenting against him, if you switch it around, same thing for him. But because he's not gay, it's okay. Right? Because he's gay, it's not okay. It's a double standard here. That's all it is. It's, people with bad mentality or herd mentality thinking that it's okay for your job to own your thoughts, your speech, your integrity. All right? Again, Phil Robinson was not dressed up as a nun selling narcotics to underage children. And it just baffles me that anybody would care that Phil Robinson doesn't share the same opinions as other people, as myself. I probably don't even like the same ice cream Phil Robinson likes. But that makes me a bad man, right? Or does that make him a bad man? And then what dictates that either me or him are bad? Because we're both in our natural states. Whether I'm male or female, it don't matter. My preferences don't matter, right? But, we're going to crucify Phil over there because he's a redneck. Yeah, that justifies everything. And what comes out of Phil Robinson's mouth, I hear out here in the city on a regular basis in stronger language, okay? So don't even start with, oh, he's a redneck, because that's just crap. These videos are crap, man. I'm telling you. Do not get into the mentality where your job owns you. Your job does not own you. It's not okay for corporate America to take away your rights. It's not okay for the government to take away your rights. It's not okay for anybody to take away your rights. And whether you're black, white, gay or straight, we need to make sure everybody has the right to say controversial things without getting stoned. Because essentially, that's what you're doing. You're stoning Phil Robinson's for not sharing your opinion about things. That's what it amounts to. That's all it is. Wake up, get a clue. Corporate America does not own you. You own it. You own the government. Wake up.